I Play Red. I'm here with Gio from Ankama, and we're looking at
Arkeis.
Which is coming to Kickstarter November the 5th.
Yes, it is.
So we're just going to have a quick look at the game, see how it plays, have a look at some of these stunning figures, and go from there.
Yeah, sure.
So do you want to tell us a bit about the game? Yeah. I know I've seen it before. I think you showed me some of the figures last year.
There's actually more figures now.
Well, you got even more.
Yeah, obviously, like the new models and so on. We're still working on the game. So obviously, this is still a prototype. This plays as a campaign, mostly dungeon crawl, with a few bits of legacy elements to the game as well. So this happens in the mid-20s, 30s, and you don't play superheroes, right? You play like a local guide, an archaeologist, a librarian, and so on.
So these are some of the characters?
Yeah, playboards. That's Eleanor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
She's the...
I'm not even going to try and pronounce this guy's name.
Riyad. That's the way I pronounce it, at least.
Yeah.
You get Frank as well, used to be an engineer. Yeah.
And then we have Rebecca Clark, I can pronounce that one. Yeah. That one's fine.
So each player is going to play one of these 4 characters that you can see here. It's fully co-op, so it plays as a campaign. The game comes with an expedition logbook, which is going to be way thicker than this. This is just for the tutorial. So obviously it gives you the setting, the setup for each mission, and also a few, let me find the right page if I can. There's a few pages like this. Actually, let me bring out an actual chapter. This would be mission 1, for instance, right? So this is the only legacy element to the game. It's this logbook. Players will be ticking things as they progress. Like they could get extra bonuses, they could get money, experience points. All this will be used between missions to upgrade the characters, upgrade your camping site, because between each missions, again, campaign, you have at the beginning.
Each character has their little backpack.
That's a saving system. Everything is stored in it.
So the extra things that you get between each game go in these awesome little
whether it be money,
backpacks,
weapons, curses maybe, and all that good stuff.
So not always good things.
Not always. Otherwise it wouldn't be fun, right? So the camping site begins empty, and then you'll be applying stickers here, matching the tents that you bought. So how to actually play the game? Each player gets 2 actions per turn. Actually, remember this. You get to investigate, move, fight, and you have a support action, which is a special action for each character. So to investigate is pretty easy. You just usually discard the tokens, and you find the matching card and you see what's going on. It's going to tell the story, because the game has a strong narrative part to it. It happens the same way for the doors. You just discard the token and see what door you open and where it leads. In that case, it would tell you to place an additional room and so on.
This box system is similar to what you had for Monster Slaughter as well?
Yeah, but in that case, it's fully modular, yeah?
Yeah.
You get some of these smaller rooms, the medium rooms, you get actually big rooms that are square. You have like, I believe it's 9 rooms. You also get additional tiles for the outside, because you're not always in pyramids and so on. And some of them you actually can flip them to the other side. It might be a different part. So all the missions will have different layouts, depending on what you find and what doors you open. The game will construct itself as you play, or some missions have a pre-set up. Right?
So rather than turning tiles, you're actually putting the boxes on and exploring rather than just flat tiles. So it gives you a beautiful 3D element, and then these are the doors into the different rooms, which all have different abilities.
Yeah, exactly. Well, some of the doors just lead to dusty corridors, some of them lead to big rooms with huge monsters in it. Going back to the actions real quick, I told you about the investigation. Obviously you can move around. We have a cool fighting system as well. In that game, everyone gets different character sheets. So let's pretend I'm fighting a scarab. I just need to bring out one character sheet. This will be mine, and another player would have a different one, for instance. This will give you all the results if you have to fight. The sides of the dice will match these results here. You get to eliminate them, or you take injuries and so on. But you don't have to fight when you're in contact with monsters. You can also investigate, move around, but there might be negative consequences to this. Also, each monster has a start of turn effect, which will only apply when it's your turn to play, obviously. This is basically the AI of the monsters. Like you see, for instance, this one has you put additional scarabs, maybe some other one will have you move them. So this is how all the monsters behave in the game, basically.
We've got this scarab horde here. Are these miniatures are the finished versions, or
these are still the 3D printed prototypes, but the models are done, basically. game will be with about 45 minutes at first, but, you know, with stretch goals maybe we'll unlock more.
I was going to say, I know with Monster Slaughter you smashed all your stretch goals.
We went from 17 to 56, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not that much here.
Right, okay. You're starting with more though here, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly, yes. But what we'll be bringing is actually more gameplay, like more scenarios and so on. This is a campaign, but hopefully we could unlock maybe standalone scenarios or playing it the other way around. Maybe sometimes you get to play the monsters. Who knows? Who knows? I do.
We like playing monsters.
Exactly. It's really fun, isn't it? So yeah, as you'll be progressing, like for instance, this is just the tutorial setup here. It's like the smallest chapter that you could play. This is like 30 minutes, but an actual game of Arkeis could last anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half, almost 2 hours for the last scenarios.
Yeah.
The whole campaign, everything unlocked included, will be anywhere from 20 to 25 hours of gameplay.
Can you replay the campaign?
Yeah, the first missions are a bit more linear. As soon as you progress more, you'll have different paths that you can follow and so on. And depending on what you unlocked here, maybe it's going to give you different outcomes, and you'd like to play a different version of each scenario.
And obviously the characters will play differently, so you could play as one character and then play as a different character.
And also you get to customize them. I told you, you could get, like, for instance, if you were to fill in this line, you would get experience points, right? So these you could cash them in to get experience cards, and this will actually allow you to upgrade your characters, have more actions to play, better actions, allows you to reroll dice, for instance, and so on. So each character will come with their own deck of experience cards here.
Okay, so we'll have some of these. So they're kind of like character traits, aren't they?
Yeah, character traits, upgrades, basically, just to customize your experience. Yeah. Going back on the player boards here, there's one thing I haven't mentioned yet, is the injury system. So in Arkeis, it works a specific way. So up to 3 injury tokens, you're still good to go. Nothing changes, right? Should you take your 4th one, you actually discard all your injuries and take a trauma card instead, which you really don't want to get. I'll take one, for instance. You could have, say, a dislocated knee, and then you won't be able to fight that much, to move around that much. You could have broken thumb, you could have blood in the eyes, and again, that would mess up your whole experience. Also, let me find something real quick, if I can. You will get curses in the game. That's for one player, but it's for the whole group. You could also find stuff like equipment, and in that case, let's pretend this character, Frank here, just got a whip. It's gonna be his new weapon. This will allow him to reroll his dice, for instance. You could also get way bigger weapons to roll more dice and so on. So all of these slots here, you can only have one of each, right? So let's pretend I already have one weapon equipped. The other one automatically goes into my backpack again. Then I could also trade my my weapons or my equipment with my friends if I'm in the same zones, basically.
So between games you can change what weapons?
So between games, and also before you actually get to play your actions, again it's 2 actions per turn, but before you do this, you have to try your starting turn effect. Enemies will attack you, and then you get to reorganize your equipment, and this allows you to either put this one back in your backpack and exchange it, or give it to one of your friends. And obviously, as the game progresses, you'll have way more options to play, way more options to help your friends. For instance, Rebecca here that we mentioned earlier, she could like give extra actions to her friends. Riyadh might be able to heal them. Eleanor, she's really good at investigating stuff and so basically, all that you see here revolves around the investigation dice. So whenever you roll them, you usually log the results. In that case, I have 2 gears, and see that's 2 gears more that I have to tick to get more experience cards, money, victory points, and so on. And that's about the rundown of the game.
Yeah. So we're going to play some games, and then we'll have a look at some of the other figures as well, because I know you've got some really impressive stuff.
Yeah.
I like the Horde of Scarabs, but obviously they're quite small scale compared to some of the beasts that are lurking. Arkeis has already achieved its funding goal on Kickstarter, but has loads more stretch goals to unlock, including more big bosses that come in at just over 3 inches tall. There's a link to the campaign in the description below, so check it out. Thank you to Gio at Ankama for taking the time to speak with us, and thank you for watching.